There was a young man named CJ who I had considered a close associate and like somewhat of a friend. Not really, but I ended up meeting my child father through his family. And I had a vision about him when I was in the jail. And CJ was in the vision that I had of Ben Affleck. And I had just thought about the vision of Ben Affleck, but I was like, oh, I would have to get to that later because I need to talk about other things, and that's not on my list right now. It wasn't on my list, but CJ was. And in order for me to tell y'all about CJ, I have to tell y'all about what I saw about Ben Affleck. So I was in the jail, and I had a vision, and it was light outside, and I ended up coming to like what looked like this house. It was a house. And it was a bunch of black people inside the house, I guess, but I didn't see them at first. I don't think what I saw when I first appeared in front of this house. And I don't know, I think I was being chased or whatever. I don't know what kind of demon stuff was going on, but I ended up at the front door, like, of this house, and it was like a paved driveway, I think, right there, or I don't know, but I remember, what I do remember for sure was a house. And I remember seeing standing in front of that house was Ben Affleck, and that's the actor, Ben Affleck. I saw him, and he had a gun, like a big military gun. And I've said this before in one of my other videos. He had a big military gun, like huge. And he was in some sort of uniform or something. Like, it was almost like an army uniform, but like, a special uniform. And I know y'all probably seen a lot of his movies. And it was a pretty big gun. And he's a white man. And so when I seen him, yeah, I was intimidated. I think I may have been intimidated, but I really wanted to know what was he doing. Like, I'm like, okay, they got all kind of people coming out the woodworks now. And so I ended up going into this house somehow. I made it into that house without being harmed by him and with the gun. And so I went into the house, and inside the house there were black people in the house, and some of them was like, I don't know what they were talking about or what their dynamic was, but some of it was kind of celebrating but hostile toward like anybody at the same time. And CJ had started, they started celebrating, and CJ started shaking his butt like a girl, and he was popping his booty, like twerking. How the girls start getting down there and twerking, like put your hands on your knees and twerk. Yeah, kind of like that. That's pretty much what he was starting to do and roll his body like a female. And God was with me, and I said to him, God is watching. And he looked at me, and he stopped. And at first, when I first seen the vision, like, cause they was talking about me, like it was something pertaining to me. And when I first seen it, I was thinking like, oh, he always was a little. But because the Holy Spirit caused me to really say what I said, and then when I thought about the ritual dances and that I told y'all that the girls was doing, and that bring me into a lot of these TikTok dances and stuff y'all seeing. A lot of that shit is ritual stuff, but anyway, as far as what he was doing, it's like the Holy Spirit has now opened my eyes to see that young black men out there shaking their behinds like women is some ritual dancing stuff, and it's not to God. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that.